won't say no to more gear for Zen, but
But yeah, as it goes now, I don't need anything else because I've gotten a lot of cool shit. So I'm just saying, because like I have the bag of holding right now and everything. So just pass it on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need anything. I have my full kit, and yeah, you know what I mean. I'll
And-
hold anything anyone needs to in that bag and whatever. But whenever another item comes up or it's a crazy battle, just make sure it's for somebody else because I've gotten everything that I need. It's
Well,
fucking sick.
the two rings weren't necessarily for you; they were for the group. But
Yeah,
they
and they
make
got
sense.
traded up to me, yeah, because
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, be a sick fuck rogue," and I guess that it's worked out
Yeah.
pretty well though.
Both of those two are homebrew.
Yeah,
And I was like, because I was looking at like magic items. I'm like, oh man, I want to give away some more stuff, but there's just a lot of them are really unbalancing, right? Especially at the lower levels when you got them.
And you got to pick
And
the
I was
right
like,
one for the right character too, because like
I could just throw a spell on a magic item and say it has one use per day, and there you go. You got one use of a spell per day for
yeah,
a character who can't cast spells, right?
well, you know what, Sean? That's why I like using the encounter reward table when I like DM like in person.
I completely agree.
You don't have to give, like, oh, okay, we've got a ranger. I guess I should give him a magic bow. No, you give the the all melee party a staff of, I don't know, flowers and songs, and you let them figure out a useful way to do it. And when they come up, when they come up with something that you're like, wow, that's dumb, I like it, you let them do it, right? But
it does make fun, right?
And it's more fun that way because, like,
I'm 100% for using random dice rolls. I do it in the other campaign all the time. It's one of my favorite things.
As much as, it's nice to be like, okay, well, we gave the rogue a fancy dagger, so now let's give the barbarian an axe, and now let's give the cleric a new hammer or something like that.
It's cool because it worked in the story. Because the guy died who had the axe, and for me and the dagger, I asked the witch for a dagger, and then Caleb.
Yes, it did work.
So it worked with the story. But yeah, like I feel you, Victor. Like because in MMOs, loot is random.
Yeah, so, right. Like, how many times have you been playing an MMO as like
you get
a fighter,
exactly what you
get
need
like
all the time.
you get like a wizard stuff? Not like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
And
every once in a while.
Just getting fun items too, like a wand of smiles or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that can help for certain weird RP
like,
situations.
I want to get the ring of loose bells. That's the one I want.
Oh my god. No, it was awesome though that you eventually were like, pick out, I don't know when that happened, but how you were like, pick out a bunch of the things that you want to buy. And I ended up buying like the disguise kit and that's come in handy like 3, 4, 5 different times.
That's why I gave it to you, just a basic item spread and just kind of get used to things.
Like doing the face paint, like that was fucking awesome. And like I just rolled high and then.
Have you ever heard of the girdle of masculinity and femininity?
I have from somewhere. Where have I heard that before? Probably.
Where have you heard it from?
Oh, it's got to be Matt Mercer gave it to somebody, probably.
Nope. Way far back.
When we used to play?
Baldur's Gate.
Oh shit! You're right. Yep.
You put it on and it's cursed, and you can take it off, and it changes your sex.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know. Quick little metagame question before we start. Can we put people in the bag of holding?
They suffocate.
Okay.
It's like 10 minutes or something, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they start to suffocate.
That could be abused. Like, you know what I mean? Put like 1,000 people in there, and you're like, all right, come fight. Blah.
My army.
My army.
One at a time.
That's exactly why they don't allow it.
All right. So the stream is up and has been listening to our wonderful conversation about D&D because I felt it should be included.
Fair enough.
And we're pretty much, I'm good to go whenever.
Alrighty. So we're going to take off right here at Fisker's house.
Okay. I'm going to need like 30 seconds because I'm still just in a fight in Horizon. And then
you know what? If we want to do this time to everybody go get your smoke breaks and all that kind of shit, I can talk to the chat if anybody shows and fucking work on it a little bit.
Just so I can
Oh,
finish
that's
up this one fight in Horizon, and then I'm
take your time. I will go heat my coffee that is sitting in front of me just waiting.
Then I guess I can go grab a beverage or something.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
Are you still here, Honky?
Yeah, I'm here too. I was just texting
Honky-
my coworker
Honky
there.
Honky was in the car with his wife, so I don't think he wanted to stay in both chats.
Oh, gotcha.
Yo, Victor, are you doing anything for Halloween this year?
Probably. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, I was just like thinking about it again because we have nothing planned quite yet, but I kind of want to do like a house party, but like I don't want to do it at my parents' house. Like I don't know. I just saw Ben Allison at work,
Oh yeah,
and he got laid off from WestJet a while ago, like during COVID and stuff.
yeah.
But
I
he
knew
was
that.
able to take EI and go to school at the same time. It was like perfect timing, right? So he was getting paid and just going to school for first year plumbing, and now he's working for a plumbing company. So
Oh
yeah,
nice.
good for him. So he said he wanted to get drinks sometime soon, and I was like, well, let's talk before Halloween. So I was kind of trying to like figure out what we could do for Halloween and like maybe get everybody together. But I know like all of my friends wouldn't be doing Halloween. So I know like most of our single boys that you've met before would probably want to like do something for Halloween, so we could maybe all go out somewhere. Or if you wanted to have some people over at your place, like just asking, you know what I mean, before
Yeah.
maybe going out or something, because you actually have like a house. Like I'm just like, you know what I mean. I don't want to
Yeah.
push anything on anybody, but
No,
I don't
like
want to have a bunch of people at my parents' house. It's kind of
Yeah.
fucking just AIDS.
I'm not opposed to having a couple people over here beforehand, depending on what we do.
Yeah.
I have one potential plan that I might be doing, but it's in Lethbridge. That's why that's why
Oh,
it's a maybe. My one buddy,
okay.
yeah, my
What
one
the
buddy.
fuck's in Lethbridge?
That's where you go to fucking party, actually.
Yeah, actually, just drink and party. That's all there
Yeah,
is to
no,
do
but
there.
one of my buddies,
Huh.
he lives down there and he owns a comedy club and he's doing pretty well for himself. And
right.
he's like, yeah, I might have like a big fucking kegger. And he invited me on Facebook, and there's like 130 people invited.
Oh my god!
Tell
Like,
Zed
I
we're
doubt
not
they're all
hosting
gonna
an
come,
intergalactic kegger in here.
What day is that anyway? Because I was thinking about setting something up for Friday because Monday is Halloween
yeah,
and
it's
Fridays
on
I'm
the
off,
Friday.
right? And then Saturdays I'm off. Like when I do shit Saturday, Victor, you know me. Like Sunday is just shit work. You know what I mean? So it's better for me if I do something Friday night and then I can
Yeah.
actually like fucking recover Saturday. But
Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do,
grab a
do it
beverage and I hit
Saturday.
I
and
am
I'll
back.
do it Saturday, and I'll get stuck in. I'll miss my flight to Edmonton.
There you
Oh,
go,
yeah,
and just go down.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, I missed my flight, honey. Guess I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay in
wait, but do you
Calgary
work?
Yes,
Do
he
overnight.
you
got
work
his.
Saturday or do you work Friday, Caleb?
I'm in Texas Friday.
Oh, what the fuck? And then you
And
fly
you've got a
out
Calgary
for Saturday?
layover.
Yeah, I got a Calgary layover on Saturday.
Ah,
So what
yeah,
does that mean? You fly out Friday night or Saturday morning?
Saturday morning.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Just miss the flight and come hang out in Calgary.
Come pick me up from
That'd
the
be pretty
airport.
cool to chill with you though. That'd be
Oh,
fucking
fucking
awesome.
battle haggard.
Yeah, oh, you'd be tired. Like that's just flying. Dude, flying fucked me up even to Vancouver, man. That small flight. I didn't realize how much I hate recycled air on airplanes. Like I
Oh,
just
it's the
get
worst.
so dude, and also the pressure change from being up that high, like I just get a weird kind of not even a headache, just kind of like this lingering fucking
Oh.
pressure change in my head, and like it
Try
just
the
doesn't
layover
feel good.
between Alberta and fucking PEI. That sucks.
Dude, it must be terrible. Like I can't even imagine now flying to like Mexico. Like it's been so many years, but like a fat flight like that is gonna fuck me right up.
I once spent 16 hours in the Toronto airport because my flight kept getting delayed, and then I fell asleep by the gate waiting for it, and I guess like I woke up and everybody was gone. I'm like, oh fuck, and I got up And they're like, "We've been calling you," and I'm like, "You didn't think to check the one fucking guy who's asleep here at the fucking gate?" Like,
Oh my god.
anyway, I got on, but like, you fucking twats, like,
Yeah,
God, I
that's
was angry.
yeah. When it's your own money, there is rules behind that. You can look it up for what airline it is, but when it's not your money, it doesn't matter. But if it's
Man,
personal money,
I've
when you're getting delayed
I've
flights, you can
tried
get up to like
that.
50% off your ticket.
No, dude, I've tried to go through that like at least 6 times already, and I have not seen a goddamn cent.
Really?
I've pissed off
Uh,
Air Canada enough that they've sent me like vouchers that need to be used in a certain amount of time for like $150 and stuff. But yeah, no.
Okay.
You go through the government website, man, it is like I just don't have the time. They're like, okay, we need all documents and all transactions of the email, and then you have to follow back in 3 days, no more, no less. And it's like,
Yeah, it might be more the
fuck.
states, but yeah, like when it's Canada, it's kind of fucked.
I'm back, and I got my beverage, and I'm ready.
Let's do
Me
it.
too.
So we start off at Fisker's house, and wait, yeah,
So yeah, keep that in mind, Victor, but let me know like what your plans are coming up, like maybe like a week before Halloween if you are
Yeah.
doing the Lethbridge thing or something. But if we the other plan my one buddy had was maybe doing like a party bus. And I haven't done that in like
Jesus.
5 years, but like you don't pay for it, like you pay for a company, right? And then you go with a
Yeah.
bunch of randos like to 4 different bars.
Okay.
But then we all dress up and then go on this pub crawl. It's fun as fuck. If we go with like a ton of people, then we could just pre-drink at your place if you're down for that, and then like head down Uber and then just meet at the first bar. Just fucking boom.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's quest.
All right.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Sup, Edmund?
So you came back and you explained your adventure at the university to Fisker, and you're running with the authorities.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and we're after this maybe shapeshifter.
It's not me.
A shifty shaper.
We don't know that yet.
It's not
It's
me.
it's crazy just going between like cities and continents like in our campaign so far because like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like brought it up to the group last time, but like we all don't have a consensus. Like we gotta figure something out here.
I believe, like, well, I can't really say this as Lunaris, but I can say this as Sean. I think, like, obviously we need to regroup and resupply probably back at Kaer. And we also need to investigate ways to be able to get into the country we have to go to right after that.
Yeah, because Zen doesn't give a shit about Kaer because he's never been.
He's never been, yeah, exactly. And as Lunaris, I can't really say that.
But
Yeah.
Zen wants to, take this to the source and go to Dragonland
and find out what we're doing with Fisker, right? Because
Yeah.
is he coming? Is he not coming? We don't know.
And that's I'm definitely on board with that because I want to keep questing. I don't want to go back to Kaer. Like I want to do a big segment of this campaign and then go regroup, like afterward.
If you remember, the last thing you heard in your head, Davos, was to meet alone, just you,
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Okay.
on the docks at midnight, I believe.
Yeah, Zen is gonna hold on to, I don't know, something. He's gonna grab one of those wyvern scales and say, I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart." And he wants to go end up in Dragonland. That's his plan.
So what can we say? It's evening. We say it's
'cause
evening.
we were all gonna go regardless.
Did you guys
Yeah,
all
so-
put your gifts that Finnick gave you into your inventories, by the way? Just as a...
Finnick give me a gift?
gave a bunch of his gifts, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no, Finnick gave me a book of stories.
I did. I got the Moradin.
Okay, I was just making sure that shit's in your inventory. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave Scrog a bowl.
No,
Oh, right,
a
Scarg was just
collection
gonna-
plate.
Yeah, and Scrog was just gonna
Yeah.
go try and get money from peasants now.
That was actually kind of a sad D part for Finnick.
Yeah, and we still don't know what the fuck is up with Finnick, right? That's another
I
question
think
we
that
haven't
was a
answered.
good change
Shut
up in
fuck
the
up. You know
in the story.
perfectly well what's up with Finnick.
Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Would you believe me if I
What's up
promise
with
that I
Finnick?
have no idea what's up with Finnick? Would you believe me?
No.
Okay. It's going to be
All right.
funny because I'm going to
Let's
be just
go-
as surprised as everyone else.
Let's go.
I can't wait to for my comeuppance. I will happily
Into
look
the-
like a fool.
Let's go sneak down to the
situation
docks.
calls for it.
All right, how long do we have until the docs meeting happens, Galen?
A couple hours. Like 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's just fast travel that time, but let's just have a little conversation and then go do that. I think we should speed that up. But let's get into character, have a little conversation here. So, I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna be like, everybody, I think you should do as Zen said and go ahead of me and just be there already. And I will go to my meeting alone, but you shall be there already, and I won't. Just don't give me eye contact and don't try to engage in anything. Just watch.
Yeah, we need to be sneaky about this. I'm down to, Davos goes alone. If we're already there, we can also set up so that we're on the advantage if things go south. I'm trying to think, what buildings were around the dock when we got there? Was there?
Let me show you.
It was the guard building that was just up the street a little bit, and then there was a couple of houses right next to it and a couple of dock houses, if I remember correctly.
I think it was like we walked through farmland, right? So it was like
Well,
docks,
farmland
Yeah.
was
like,
after
right?
that, though, wasn't it? Because we got off the boat at the docks, and there was buildings off this side, and then it got to that point across the
Okay, I
water.
forget, but yeah, I gotta look at the map. Then you may be right. It's just been a long time.
I think I had it on a different map, to be honest.
I think so. I don't
Oh,
think it
you
was. on
did.
the
Oh,
3D.
yeah.
Yeah, it's down at the bottom there.
Or we just kind of we might have role played it a bit.
Yeah, no, because I'm pretty sure we came in on a different map.
I think it was like her. What's it called?
Nah,
Like imagination. Yeah. Like I don't.
it's
think...
all right. Either way.
We could just do it right here. Like the docks are kind of up this river. We could just say, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think it matters.
I'm
too
just
much.
wondering, like, if there were any buildings there, like maybe we can try and get like up on the roof, or like
You
yeah, we
guys
could do it
think
here.
Fisker
Do you guys
did
just
any
want to
of
do
this
it
stuff?
here?
what's this about, Fisker?
Have you told Fisker about any of this stuff? Maybe he has
Yeah.
knowledge of local terrain.
We have
Should
told
you
they're-
tell him?
Yeah, they're all talking about
actual-
it.
we
in the
told
living
we
room.
told Fisker that we went and talked to because I was telling you that the higher ups were like, you guys need to get out of town. We don't like you. And Fisker
Oh,
was all
that's
taken
the
back.
conversation you're referring to. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I
and
got
then
Yep.
then Davos was like, I need to go meet somebody at the docks, and we were like,
Okay.
well, we're gonna come with you.
Okay, so maybe we should just start there. Let's talk to Fisker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Fisker knows shit. I was just wondering whether the party had considered that.
I thought Fisker was up in this conversation with us already.
So
He's
I'll
just like sitting there. Yes.
I'll
He
start.
isn't-
I'll start by asking Fisker. I was like, "Hey, Fisker, do you got a bar around here or a liquor shelf that I could fill this flask with for my walk down to the docks tonight?"
Oh, a bar. Well, if there's one place where you will find a bar in every home, sir, it's Tectoween. And he motions over to a sideboard, which is sitting above a hearth, and you can see there's 3 or 4 glass decanters on there with varying shades of brown liquid in them.
Which
Your
one
house
do you
is
think I
dope.
could? Which one do you think I could fill this up with?
Well, I mean, how good of a time are you?
Well, I
what's
don't want
the,
anything too
what's the end game,
expensive.
Davos?
I don't want to put you out, but is there anything I could just take, 6 or 8 ounces of?
Well,
Do you have anything with a frothy bouquet?
What?
Lunaris looks around and says, ooh, that, sorry.
Okay. Fisker looks Davos over as if he hasn't done so properly in some time. And he goes, I've got just the thing. And he goes around to the side of the stone hearth where there's like an old chestnut shelf built into the corner. And he pulls out this bottle wrapped in paper and pulls a cork off the top. And he's like, I think you could probably take your fill of this. I've got lots of it, and it's fantastic.
What would be the name of this one?
Let's
Bit
just call this.
stuff.
Let's more. It's a closely guarded secret. The formula is a closely guarded secret, and it's made by an order of fraternal monks across the street from my guild. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it because it's in a language I don't understand. Maybe the bird would be able to have a crack at it. And he gives you the bottle, and you see there's the language is the name of the wine is written in like these weird glyphs.
Lunaris, could you take a look at this? Do you think you can read this?
I'll just leave it up to the DM what language that is. I haven't really.
What are we
been
reading,
swinging
sorry?
this. The name of the alcohol that Fisker gave to, which Fisker doesn't know how to pronounce because he can't
I
read
can
the
give it a
language.
try.
Elvish.
It says, ha! And then he passes it off.
So I can read it. So it's Elvish. So am I coming up with the name?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. It's gonna be called the Elder Monk's Wine. So I
That's
just
really tame.
So Fisker goes, "Oh, I've been wondering for the longest time what that said." He grabs the bottle from me. He pours a little bit out in a shallow glass, and you can see it's got like a slight greenish tint. And he's like, "See the green? That's from the Salamander root." And he puts it. He knocks the glass back in one go, and then he smacks his lips, and he's like, "Delicious, but used with caution." And then he says, "Think fast," and then he turns halfway around and he whips the bottle over his head, back to Davos in like a roguish toss.
and a little bit of a fumble and a catch by the neck. And I'm gonna fill my flask up full to the top and say my appeased thank you.
What
And,
did you say that it was fused with again?
Salamandra.
Okay.
I don't know what
always-
it is either.
I
so
always
don't
like
get
a little
into
bit
it.
of root within my stuff. A little bit of green always makes Davos feel good.
Do I
Well,
sense
between
any
you and
medicinal
me,
preferences with that stuff? The salamander,
What?
Calum?
I have no idea what that is.
I know. I'm just trying to identify it. I know.
I have no.
It's-
I don't know what it is. It a thing?
It's no, it's just a thing.
It's
I
an
made up. It's
herb
a
or something that he added into
I
it.
thought it was legit.
No.
Oh,
No,
no.
it's something I made up. It's like digestive fortified wine, almost like, but it's almost like absinthe because it has a root extract in it, and it's lightly carbonated for reasons unknown.
Okay, we'll identify it as we drink it because that's when we'll feel the effects.
I'm just curious to see if I could use it in any like alchemy or anything. Do I know of anything that uses this in spell
Well,
components?
the alchemy of getting fucked up. Okay.
Okay. Fair. What did you say, Caleb? Sorry.
Roll a medicine check.
He's never stopped doing that.
Jesus. Holy fuck.
Alcohol can be used for many different kinds of chemical mixtures and reducing things, and also to get fucked up.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little
hit the nail
sample
on
of
the
it.
head.
Okay, I just wanted to make that a small little piece, but I am going to head out. I'm going to tell everybody, to talk amongst themselves and meet me or head down at your own timing, and we'll talk after this meeting takes place. And I'm gonna ask everybody to keep their wits about them and not engage unless something seriously goes wrong.
So you're taking off and we're staying here?
Well, no, we're all
You
gonna
can head
take
off whenever, but I'm not gonna head with you because
Okay.
Yeah, the goal is like they said Davos come alone. So Davos is going to come alone, but the goal is that we're going to be down there in the area prior so that they see
Okay.
Davos coming alone, but we're already down there so that if something goes wrong.
Okay. Lunaris is going to look over to Fisker and he's going to ask.
Why so irritable?
Sorry?
Da-da-ding. Davos always comes alone. That's why he's so irritable.
Oh, I know. After the loss of Locke,
Lunaris is going to look towards Fisker and ask, do you know of a mode of transport that could get me somewhere quietly? And he's going to he's since gone back and got his armor back on. You can kind of feel him pull it up and down and you can actually hear how noisy it is.
Carriage.
You don't suppose you know anybody that could procure a ride?
I do. I know many.
Perhaps it would be
Speaking
good for
to-
me and the large one over there, the one I shared a sandwich with earlier. What was your name again? Oh,
The one that
Scrog.
shares-
Understood. Perhaps the two of us, could be a surprise for an uncanny
Ooh.
victim.
Oh, sorry, Sean, that was on me. To follow what you said, as Lunaris says hi to Scrog, Scrog enters rage.
What sort of victim?
Hunky told me to play Scrog, and Sean was like, "That's easy. Anytime anybody says something to Scrog, you just rage." So Scrog enters
Yay.
rage.
Excellent.
Oh.
What sort of victim?
Oh,
What do you
man.
need a carriage for, Lunaris?
Well, as quiet as my young friend is that just left, I kind of make a lot of noise when I travel, and if this is to be stealth, perhaps we could all join together and find a way to get there together unseen.
We also have 6 hours to get down there.
Cool.
Maybe we should just take our time.
Yeah, we can just like walk down there
Inside.
and just take it like a normal day.
Lunaris all of a sudden is like, "You've actually all been at a fucked up trance for 5 hours that I've put you in. You didn't know."
No, you're still talking to the
No.
djinn that took over your mind.
Suddenly you remember what the docks looked like. Oh, hold up. Yeah. fuck it.
Suddenly.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So like if we could get onto like the roof of that building somehow.
So is it kind of
And,
like we're all going to have to pick a position here, Calum, and while Ben does his thing out on the docks, or are we just going to role play what's
I ain't
outside
saying
of this?
nothing.
Yeah, that's for us to decide.
No, I just mean like, is our shit going to be... Oh, okay, well, I was just wondering. Because I'm going to make this a smaller image if we're going to be looking at the overworld.
You'll be looking at this map.
Okay. All right, I think I got it figured out here. I'm actually going to shrink Fisker's house. Sam.
Okay.
Bam.
Yeah. I guess we head down to the docks.
What are you doing?
Unless anybody's got a better idea or a different idea.
Fisker suggests that we all sit down on his couch and bang 16 lines of crystal meth each and just never leave the house again.
We all just sit there and bang.
Bang that map.
Fisker looks resigned, but
Touch it, audio.
happy to not have his life threatened at precisely this moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, Fisker, I guess you don't have to come. You were planning on making sure your family was safe.
I
Doing
don't
all
think
your-
Fisker was specifically planning to come, but some sort of narrative intervention may arrive, and Fisker may or may not be receptive to that. Leave it
Well,
up to fate.
perhaps the big one would remain to guard your kids while you try to find information about the current situation. Maybe? I don't know.
I will not be leaving my family's side. Good bird.
All right.
Oh,
Well-
airborne individual of little wit. Although I appreciate.
You could just say slut be slut. I'd understand.
Oh, bitch. My kids are safe at my side, and no more so anywhere else.
Would you like to take them?
Birdman.
Yeah, do you want them to come with us?
Fisker gives the emoji one eyebrow is curly.
It gets
Face.
the text box with the tear in it.
All right. Well, let's. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we spend 6 hours getting to the docks? Other than 16 lines of crystal meth.
I could just do a little prayer before we leave. Other than that, I don't need to rest. I don't need to change any of my gear.
It's about an hour and a half walk. Well, no, it'd be about an hour. You kind of go back towards the city and then you veer off to the south a little bit.
Yeah. I think
Fisker wearily says, please try not to cause too much trouble in town. I need to let my clan, my guildsmen and apprentices know that I'm not dead.
Oh!
If you'll excuse me.
I totally forgot. Davos, come here. And he runs. Lunaris is going to run over to Davos.
Davos left.
Oh no! Fuck!
Yeah. We'll leave it for after, Sean, because I would have been gone by then.
Fuck! No, you just see Lunaris looking at an empty space where Davos isn't. I mean, he's just talking to Davos as if he's there. And then he looks over and oh, fuck, he's not even here. I gotta go find Davos. I'm gonna go find Davos.
Right. Zen's gonna come too. Zen's gonna head towards the docks. Zen's gonna get the plot rolling.
Yeah. All right. Edmund kind of tosses up his hands and asks Fisker for another cup of coffee.
So yeah, just populate it when you can, Caleb, and put me where you want. And
Okay. What? So explain to me how you're getting there. Like you can walk. I mean, but like, how's everybody?
okay,
What's you getting there early?
Yeah, my
Getting there
understanding
late.
is Davos is already kind of over there. We are all gonna show up within like half an hour, like interval of Davos, probably like 20-minute intervals each.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna wander around and pretend that we're just like, I don't know, dock hands or tourists or anything, so that we're all kind of in the area, scouting for places to hide and watch whatever goes on.
so you guys would be looking for me, and then once you guys spot me, you guys try to blend in and stuff. But keep an eye.
Like in the scene, like the scene from like the Avengers, when they're trailing the guy at the beginning of Age of Ultron before they blow up the giant building, and everyone's standing around at different building tops.
Oh yeah,
with
walking
glasses
through
on.
two and then chatting and like yeah.
Yeah, we're secret ops right now, hardcore secret ops.
Okay, so how I got there is when I left Fister's house. I took my first shot of that beautiful green wine, and got a little buzz, feeling the vibe, just walking down. It's a nice day, and then as it turns more into evening, I think I stopped in a little bit of a bar, had a drink there, and then
Okay. So-
just
Bar
walking
hopping.
about.
We'll roll this out a little bit. So you get in there a couple hours early. It's just about the time that there's still plenty of people, or I'm not populating the map with a shit ton of tokens. But you get to the docks, the sun is barely setting. So it's just after sunset. And you can see a lot of sailors are finishing up for the day. Not like the riverboat sailors. They're loading and unloading packages. You can see that there is military presence here, like guards checking shit as it comes in and taking down names of uh, the of different people. Mostly dock workers, like some humans, mostly gnomes. They're bringing in um, just trade goods, basically. There's no passenger ships here currently. And there's a Baron in just to the north here, right in here,
Okay, perfect.
and that's kind of where everybody's kind of going in.
God, I like having multiple windows up in this. I like the look of all the maps.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like spend some time basically whatever I could do meandering around, but not get too involved in whatever they're doing and shipping and working. I'm just gonna take my time
Yeah,
off and
stay out of
kind of
people's
walk around.
way, kind of be. Yep.
Yeah, just do
So
my thing, and
you
if I
take
see
it all in,
anything
and
interesting, I can.
yeah, make a perception check.
15.
15. All right. So, not long after getting there, you see a very familiar dwarf walk into the bar.
Well, I'm gonna lead that up with a closer look.
Oh, that's probably fucking Finnick.
I had a feeling. I was like, as soon as it a very familiar, it's like, oh, this should be interesting.
So I'll head into the bar and I'll take a closer look. And do I see Finnick?
Yeah, he's sitting at a table with a few humans and making some. You can hear. Do a perception check. Actually, another one to listen.
Well, now that we
into.
know he's not insane, we know he's an asshole. It was one or the other.
25.
25. You hear him say, and it doesn't quite. He's. Yeah, just at a piss outside there. Hopefully the wench had her mouth open. Am I right? And he elbows the guy beside him, taking him in. He's not wearing his armor or even his undershirt. He's wearing like kind of like just light cloth to kind of suit the warmer weather. And he's got a cup of wine in front of him that he's taking drinks out of, and it looks like they're playing like a dice game at the table.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up with my super light steps and kind of surprise him by just like putting a hand on his back and a hand in front of him, sort of thing, and then be like, "Hey, buddy."
So he looks over. Davos, you're here early. You're supposed to meet at midnight. He stands up and he brushes off his clothes and he tosses a gold coin in and he says, I'm out this hand. And he says, come this way. And he leads you over to a table over here.
Okay. I'm just gonna say to him, I didn't even know I was meeting you. It's good to see you. You look like you're almost a ship hand or something like that again.
On top of the world.
What did you want to talk about?
Want to know what your plan is involving all this Cthulhu business.
Well, I think we're going to continue investigating the source of this problem. We're kind of up in the air with plans right now, as you know, that was a hard parting with you, and we're having our usual amount of issues going on at the same time. So I thought I would come down and see what's going on, and then we probably are going to depart from Tatooine relatively soon.
And your next steps?
Either heading back to Kaer Morhen or on to the north, up inland further.
You intend to attack the Davenports directly?
We're not sure quite yet, but we pretty much are an obligation to investigate this issue further. Up north, maybe closer to them, but along the way we may find more evidence of what the plan is for these cultists.
I'm telling you right now, the Davenports have a lot of resources. A direct attack on them would be foolhardy.
Yeah, but you know us. We've got our good pal Scrog, who's full of resources, shedding like rain. And you know me, my resourcefulness will get me through just about anything.
Make an insight check.
23.
All right. So every once in a while, you can kind of catch him. He's kind of looking off to the side a little bit. And that's pretty high. It doesn't look like he's looking at anything in particular. It's almost like he's listening for something.
So almost like devil on his shoulder, something in his ear.
Like he's talking to
Maybe.
a puppet.
Like the King of Rohan, where he's basically just listening to evil. Just getting plagued by it.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, you seem not quite at ease here. Is there something else on your mind, Finnick?
At this point, he turns and looks you dead in the eye. Or then you know, Davos.
I think I have a pretty good idea, but I don't know factually
So
what's going on with you. I know something's not quite right. You're departing and everything we've just went through recently. So, as a friend, I'm just asking you if things are okay, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a wink.
So he crosses his arms and he goes, and what do you think's going on, Davos?
Obviously, things have changed for you, and I'm not sure what your next steps are, but it doesn't seem like the Finnick I once knew that I'd grown beside and learned to become a little bit more understanding of people in a dire situation. You seem to have
At
dropped
that,
all your main cause, and
that he kind of perks up. You telling me that Davos is leaving his previous ways?
I am the person I am, but I've grown amongst you, and I know that being that way all the time can just be off-putting and cause this problem between my people and the rest of the world. So, seeing as I live above land now and have met and created friendships with other races, I feel like I can still be me, but I'm learning to embrace what's going on.
We should have a drink to discuss this further. And he holds up his hand, and the waitress brings over 2 glasses of wine, and he gives her a gold piece. She smiles and walks away. And you notice from that high insight and perception, he's kind of watching her ass as she walks away, and then he comes back and
I'm going to say thank you, cheers, take a drink, but right after I take a drink, while he's still drinking, I'm going to say, you seem to have changed a lot, and you may have borrowed a page or two a little bit much from my book. That chick's ass was nice though, eh?
Yeah.
he looks over. He just kind of gives you a wink, And what about this new one, Zen? What's your take on him?
Well, again, we haven't known him too long, and he is a mysterious fellow. But I can't say that we should distrust him. He is part of the celestial uh, magic and celestial people. He seems to have this strange awareness and insight into the other world that may be to our advantage, and we might just need to see what comes of it. Just like all of our friends, we all are a weird ragtag group that I think we can get along and solve this problem.
Strokes his beard a little bit. Do you think you speak for the entire group?
I can't say that for sure, but I used to be a lot more abrasive, and I think we've come to the same terms on this one.
Edmund, how's he doing after his experience?
Well, he seems to not be talking still, but he is communicating, and he's been resting up at Fisker's. I think he'll be back to himself eventually. He'll just have to take care of him.
Hmm. And Scrog?
Well, Scrog's just Scrog. Is always angry and always trying to make money, but he's still doing it. He'll be
That
kicking till the
bird.
day he isn't.
That bird I've seen you with.
Unar's?
That's his name.
Yeah, a name from a celestial form of magic he controls. Everything to do with the moon.
How strange that a group such as yourselves would come together, isn't it? And he
Big
Kinda.
dick.
raises his glass up to cheers.
I'm gonna hold back and say, yeah, but you left. You were
I'm
one of
here, aren't I?
you were a founding member. Are you living another life now, or do you want to still come with us on this adventure?
Well, I'm trying to decide that.
I can't say it would be in your best interest, but it would surely fulfill the duty you have to your family. And I think along the way we can do some real good. You did really give me this, and I'm gonna pull out his Moradin's.
Yes, Ben, I fucking love you. Thank you. I've been holding that in for
And-
so fucking long.
And I'm gonna say I'd like to be able to
Fucking
give this
love
back
you.
to you for you to share the power of Moradin with us all. It just doesn't feel right in my hands.
He looks at it and looks it back at you and just kind of shakes his head, stands up from the table. And
Does that mean
he
you
goes
can't accept this?
to last question. What's your take on Fisker?
Well, when we met him, right, he was a little bit out of sorts, a little bit ADD, and just in a panic after what had happened to him. But along the way, and us fulfilling the promise to bring him back here to his homeland, things have gone in a lot of different directions and definitely off plan, but they've come back to a point where things are all right for him. He's back at home, and he still needs to decide if he's going to continue this journey with us or depart.
You should all know the Davenports will stop at nothing. It's become a personal vendetta for them. Even if you've left and walked away from this, I don't know what that would mean for the rest of humanity. If they are still breathing, they will. And their resources are vast. They will come after you. You may be able to hide back in the Underdark. I'm not sure the others have any chance. If you're still accepted there, I suppose. Oh, and one last thing. Be wary of Thorndale as he's starting to leave. They know your faces and you're all fugitives there.
Okay. I'm gonna say one last thing, Fisker or Finnick.
Huh?
It's part of my family name to walk into the deep, and I think going back to the Underdark is never gonna happen for me. So I think my path stretches forward, and the steps I'm gonna take are into the darkness. Fulfill once what we started, and I think that you should follow your path too.
Know that the steps you have all taken are far greater than you were fated for. Scrog should have died on the battlefield years ago. Just another dead orc. You should remain in your deep hole, doing whatever interests Drow. You know.
And what
Fisker
about
should have
you?
continued to sell his trinkets. But yet here you all are, overcoming insurmountable odds. Killing drakes in the field, for God's sake. Destroying that paladin. She she trained her whole life and was never beaten. Not once. And she had a close following.
I think that was up to all of us. And if you were to give up on your path that you were leading earlier, you're never going to fulfill your redemption of your family and being able to end this vampire scourge that's upon the land.
He takes another step away. And he says, Davos, Finnick's dead. Or gone forever. Please be safe. Watch your path forward. And he turns to leave.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
we'll say, go ahead.
I'm gonna drink the rest of that drink and take a deep breath in. Like, what the fuck just happened? God damn.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm gonna definitely want to relay this to my peeps right away.
So he caught you pretty early when you came down. We'll say after about 5 minutes or so, you come out of the building, and not long after your friends kind of show up, kind of being sneaky and trying to look nonchalant.
They just
So I'm
see
just
us
gonna-
and they know what we're fucking up to. Like you can just see these three dudes walking out. You got symmetrical
we're coming in as
biceps,
a group.
heavy armor. Yeah, I know.
They're coming in like 10 minutes apart from each other.
I know, but still, just even
Yeah.
seeing these three in the area would make
Then
me
comes
scared.
prancing in first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk right up to them. So they're probably like turning away from me. They're like, "What the fuck is he doing? Why is he getting so close?" And I'm just gonna walk right up to Zed and then just be like, I already met him. He was here, and I walked up to his table. Didn't even know who I was gonna go talk to, but it ended up being Finnick. And he seems to want to live somewhat of a new life. It does not seem like the same Finnick that we once knew. Like it was weird. But I'm gonna tell him he asked a bunch of questions about all of you and what our plans were, and I was vague but to the point with him, and he seemed to still want to live a fraction of his own life without being hunted by the Davenports. He did warn us of a village along the way called Thorndale, and that
That's where you and Davos got arrested. Or you and Frog got arrested, yeah. And burnt down a building on your way into town.
And that's
right
where our
before
ship
you met
is
them.
too.
Yeah.
And our ship is probably under like fucking the DMV. We gotta go in there and fucking re-register the bitch. Like
What did he say about this town?
that they have a lot of information on us, know our faces, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? There was a town a while back where me and Scrog got into a bit of trouble, and I'm gonna relay that message. So
Zen
basically,
was there too.
okay.
Zen was in the town. You just never met him in the town. You met
No,
him on the boat.
we met him on the
right?
boat.
'Cause
So
he came
that's
up
the
on a
town
river.
we left. That was the town we left
Actually,
right before we met you.
just to jog your memory, you pull out your map that you purchased. You remember purchasing the map?
Oh yeah, the big nice world map. Yep.
Yep. I don't remember what it's called. Let's see.
Is it the Caspian Sea live map?
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Caspian Sea. Where the fuck is it? Detailed
find it.
map, or no? Detailed map of the Caspian Sea.
Just let me look at images and I'll tell you. Once you go to uncategorized, and then it is Caspian Sea live map.
Did you spell Caspian wrong?
Oh yeah, I did. It's Capsian. So CAPSI.
Damn it.
I did spell that wrong. Good call.
It's the map of Capsaicin.
Capsaicin.
Yeah, it's Capsian live.
Spicy.
You fall into the water and you're just like maced instantly. You're like, it's in all my orifices.
So, if you zoom in on number 8, it says Northfall, but really that's Tectuine. All right?
Okay.
And the big river there leads down to a river delta. And in that river delta, there is a little whirlwind fart. And that is the city of Thorndale and Buford Space for some reason. Is that Buford Space? No, it's not Buford Space. Maybe it is.
No, that's one of the dragons that was chasing us, I think.
So
Okay. Oh, yeah, all the way down there. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you were up in Northfall, which is actually Tectuine, up in the mountains with the river coming down, a waterfall. And then you take the river boat all the way down to Thorndale, and that's where your boat's moored. And then Cairmorn is in the center of the map there.
Right next to the number 1, just northeast of it.
Northeast of number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Gotcha.
And where you, New Haven, where you fought the things, is east of Horrelcon, up at the top near the end of the map. If you follow the coast up, all the way up till it starts going east to west, there's a tiny little map marker with an S, that a dollar
Horrelcon.
sign.
Yeah.
So right of that along the coast, the little dollar sign is where New Haven was.
New Haven.
And that's all the shit that we've done.
That was the section where Buford died. That was the section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't for
Lost
that.
axe.
Yeah.
For simplicity purposes, we should have just made it one of these numbered islands.
What?
Oh,
Like, just
yeah,
where
so
all
the numbers were
places are,
made.
you know what I mean? Because then our map would have all the
Yeah.
names on
Those
it. We
numbers
could
are
edit this
all-
map. And
Those numbers were made when I made the artwork. So it was just to so it's those that's
But
all
also
like
it's
season 1 numbers.
But also, it's a ton of squares. Like, if we were actually to move to one of those islands, like, that's a big trip.
Oh yeah, but I can't change the numbers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We've actually already been to the first island, island number 1.
We've been to 1, 3, and 5 as well.
Okay.
Have we?
Yeah. So 1 is where the fox with the money was at the very first.
Right. That was our
Oh,
first
yeah.
touch. That's,
Number
this is
two-
not a coconut.
Yeah, number 2 is the Woody Islands, the Herb
Garlic
Island,
Islands?
Garlic Islands.
Garlic Island. Yeah,
Number
Garlic Island.
3 was a random encounter on the beach where you guys were killing the guy who kept summoning dudes.
Oh yeah, that swampy area or that
Yeah.
cliffy area where we got in the pipes.
Yeah, 11 is
Yeah.
where we came from originally, from Kaer Morhen, and 6 was never visited.
Right.
Okay.
And 7 is also unvisited.
Right.
Okay.
4,
Well, we're
5,
all here.
or
We're
4 is also
discussing this at the
unvisited.
docks. We're talking about what our next step is. And like I'm gonna point out a few areas here. We've talked about them now. And I'm like, so if we were to go north, what direction would we take? And I'm gonna ask everybody that. Do we go through the
This
Carapace
will be a
Woods?
question for the next DM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is
You
that
gotta-
the end of your story pretty much?
Yeah, you got to go to Kaer Morhen, and then once you finish
That's
up what
what
you
I
got
was
to do
going
in
to
Kaer
say.
Morhen, yeah, that's the
that's-
end of my given.
That's Scrog's pure objective right now, is to get back to Kaer Morhen so he can have Buford's fucking hillbillies making this set of armor.
Okay, so that's basically the plan then. So we
That's
we
Scrog's
decide
plan.
we're going back to Kaer Morhen. Well, no, we can't really move on with the actual like massive story if we don't just follow that, you know, because we got to get to Kote.
We
DMing.
could, knowing that we are wanted in Thornwood, and knowing that since we know that we were wanted in Thornwood, and we know that their military is of vast power, we should probably try to make our way across the grasslands to the east and hit that river delta there, and
So,
see if we can bypass
those woods, it's surrounded by dense, rocky jungle. I'll find a picture of it.
So yeah, I kind of agree with Scrog, but at the same time, I'm like, we're at the docks now. Maybe we should try to procure a boat here, because
Yes.
we're probably not getting that impounded boat back after drunken
these are all-
high
all-
smashing
also-
into the docks.
These are all riverboats. None of them are Caspian Sea worthy. But
So here's the problem with grabbing a boat here at Davos, is that this river goes to Thornwood.
Oh fuck! I did not think of that. Look at you being this big brain work, and
Also,
I pat
we
you
could-
on the elbow.
We could stop a mile or so outside of town and try to come in from the south side and take our boat back, possibly stealthily or if needed by force.
I am
Oh,
also
shit.
not wanted in.
This is true, Zen, but you
Yeah.
forgot.
Oh, this is gonna be a stealth
Right.
mission.
But Zen, they're not going to allow you to procure our boat.
No, but they won't let me purchase a boat that's been impounded.
Yes, they will.
This is a very good point, Zen. Does anybody have an objection to us going to Thornwood, stopping outside of town, dropping the wanteds off, and sending Zen in to try to buy our boat?
Because Lunaris is also not wanted.
Lunaris
my
is
God.
So Lunaris and I can go in and be like, "Hello, we're fancy businessmen, and we need to go on a big voyage. Do you have any ships for sale? Hoity-toity-toity-toity."
This is hilarious.
And
Yeah,
in my
I'm gonna
far
look at
traveler
Frog and be like, we
background,
are
if
And then I'll look at
absolute-
Lunaris and I was like, "How do you feel about the biggest trade you'll ever do?"
Mhm.
I
RP to
I
the
would be
max,
very
love that.
much interested.
This is already on, so I think that's going to be our plan. Is we'll have to
It's
head
like
down.
what a fancy businessman. You get a fucking horned dude and a bleeding seabird trying to buy an impounded ship. It's like,
This is
oh, yeah,
awesome. I love this. This is
Bleeding
too good.
in their
seabird.
mouths. Fucking double-breasted tunics, the whole
Yeah.
9 yards.
Trust me, Zen knows how to dress up when he has to.
If there's one weird ass bird I could definitely see memeing that shit to the max, is him saying, "I'd rather die at sea than use something called a cum piss." I can fucking see him saying something like that.
So to give you an idea of the territory around, it kind of looks like this, which is a jungle in Thailand. It's super rocky and super dense.
Are the
And
floating
wet.
eye stalks still there too?
Yes.
So here's gonna be my question, because it's just me, isn't it? Because everybody else is dead. No, because you're
Dead?
well, like, or not part of the group anymore that was from the mountain ranges. So like that mountainous jungle wouldn't bother me because I'm from just north of Haran.
You're basically a Super Saiyan. You just travel wherever the fuck you want. jump
Tarzan
up
meets
60
Iron Man.
feet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. This should
Horicon? You're from northeast of Horicon?
of Haran.
Where's Haran on the map?
You see Norfall, you see the lake, and then you go over top of the mountain ridge, and it says mountains. So if you would be on the like northeast side of the U, in between the U and the N, is where Scrog's encampments are from.
Oh, yeah, I see where it says Haran. Gotcha.
Because isn't the Mount Signed where the Dragonborn are, and then Finnick was from Lake Huron, right? From that area.
No, where Norfall is. You know where Norfall was that you guys said was something number 8? My Fisker's
Tatooine, that's where you're at.
Tatooine is to the east, and the dwarves are from the west. So under Kaparu Woods, further left is where the dwarves are from.
Where is the Underdark?
Like the mines underneath the ground.
Yeah.
But where?
Everywhere.
Yeah. The drows run.
The drows are like ants.
Yeah. The ant people that saved the Mayans. Okay, Victor.
There's
Yeah.
also like monsters that just come up from underground too. But yeah, I was gonna play it out, but we're not playing that far ahead. But in my mind, they were actually living underneath the in the caves underneath the water was where I kind of pictured the drow homeland.
That's kind of like fucking, what do you call it? Atlantis. Kind of, it's just under there.
Yeah, well, but like under the ocean, like
Under the sea,
like 10
underneath.
miles down, like under the
Yeah.
crust of the ocean's bottom layer.
So like in the high caves, there'd be like water dripping down, like salty water and stuff. That's
So
how I
where-
pictured it. anyway,
Where
but
did we leave
not
from?
canon.
Because we went to Island 1 first, right? Where did we actually set sail from when we were on that first boat? Did we set sail from this bottom piece of
No,
land?
we set sail
south
from
of-
Kaer Morhen to the docks of this place, didn't we?
No. When we first started the game, remember we set sail together to the first
Port
island.
Maverick.
Yeah.
Right,
Where-
Sean?
Oh,
That's
Port
where.
Maverick. Yeah, on the bottom end. Okay.
That's number, whatever number it was. Yeah,
11.
number 11.
So I
Which
probably
I-
came out from Mount Marath
Very
down
well
south
could
of
have.
there. That's probably where I came to light.
All right, so now that we got that, perfect. By the way, you've already seen this map a few times, guys, because we had the fucking full world map on the bottom of the boat.
Dude, this is a good size world map.
But we have a
Like,
spare
there's
now.
So many areas we could see and go to. Like,
What's that?
this is a good size world map. Like, there's
Yeah, that's why I
you can
picked
go
it.
to.
It was really nice.
This
It
could
is a
end
really
up
nice
being like
map.
a very long years campaign for sure if we just keep playing and switching DMs. Like, we could make this into like a really just
Mhm.
continuous fun fucking game.
Could make it generationalized too, where it fast forwards 20 years and it's just bam, there you go. Next set of characters.
Okay, so we have a plan. We know what we're doing.
Are we at the convo, or are we still 10
So
minutes
Victor,
away?
or I mean Zen, are we gonna procure a river boat to go back down the river, or are we gonna do it on foot? And I'm gonna say that to Scrog too. I'm gonna look over at Scrog as I say that.
I assume we're taking a boat because from what I recall, coming in here, this like boat was one of the only really good ways of reaching Tatooine. So And
Yeah.
also, that way we can also talk to like the deckhands and quote unquote sign out of the city since we had to sign in. And then if Fisker decides to stay, like the city knows we're gone, so they don't care. Right?
Okay, I agree. Let's make it
And
back to
also
Fiskars
walking
before.
would take forever.
Yeah, forever.
Whereas even if the boat, like I think the boat here took like
Took a day or two. Oh yeah, it took like
I want to say it took like at least 2-3
I
days.
was thinking 2-3 days. Yeah, 2-3 days.
Walking back would
I
take.
think it was a couple weeks.
Was it? Okay. Well, we role played 2-3 days. And
Not
that
a
was
couple.
fun. Couple days of
Yeah,
partying.
yeah, a couple. It was between 1 and 2 weeks. Yeah, it'd be a little faster going down the river too than it would be coming up. But
So
that would still probably be like a month walking.
yeah,
through the
that's
jungle?
ridiculous.
It'd
And
be
then
longer.
Scrog's like, it would only take me 3 days, and then he just fucking takes another little bump, and he's just like, fucking
I mean, Scrog feels confident, and
stormtrooper.
probably with good reason that he could get you through there. But yes, it would be a long trek.
Yeah, he could eat it.
Explored
Give him a
lands.
jungle machete, he'd just clear a path. No.
But
So yeah, I'll just say let's we should get back to Fiskars before it's nightfall and he's going to bed. We should discuss this and head out in the morning and see what our two friends want to do.
Zen's not sold on Kaer. He has no reason to go there, but also he wants to go to the Dragonborn land, which also requires a boat.
Zen, what if I told you I owned a bar and a brothel?
Yeah, we only have one boat. Like it costs us a lot.
Free drink and women for the entire time that you're there.
Oh, and you could perform.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have a stage and everything.
Oh yeah.
Drink your fill, eat your fill. And we have.
And then we get back and it's a hellhole, Scrog, and then we're just like, what the fuck? And there's that witch, and we're just like, that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, like Zen's not gonna like steer the party away, but Zen has no ties to Kaer. But Zen does understand
that does perk your ears. Zen is whenever he says witch, you're like witch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we got a soothsayer. She's my buddy.
Oh,
she is not my friend. I have shown her my ass and dangling balls a few times. Not my friend.
She smacked the taste out of his mouth 5 seconds after meeting him. So don't let him try to fool you.
Gotcha.
He doesn't like her because she can beat him up.
Terrifying. Look at Zen, terrifying. And I turned my back.
Does she have a name?
DM?
Yeah. Say soothsayer.
Dude, I think we just call her the old bitch that lives in the water.
I can't remember what her name is. It's been so long.
Fuck. I think it was just soothsayer. Like there is. I don't think she has a name. We don't know. She's never told us. She's just mysterious like that. She's a witch.
I'm just going to call her Veronica.
Oh, but this.
She could be Sauron.
Zen recalls Finnick actually talking about her and saying that he sent you out to kill people. And then you guys were like, "No, we don't want to kill this guy."
Okay, fuck
Something
me.
like
and
that?
then I turn back and I'm like, okay, let's explain. Because I'm just like, we got to get to Fiskars. But then I'm just going to explain what happened was we basically all signed our fucking life away without knowing. She took us in separately, taunted us with magical items and bounties of fortune. And we got bound to this chick. She snuck her way onto our ride back to Kaer, became basically the ruler of trade with Scrog, trade lord, and then I'm gonna say she beat my ass, pulled me into the water, almost drowned me, scary bitch. And I'm just gonna say we've all broken ties with her. We got out of it, but we're gonna have to deal with her when we get back. Just free drink.
Yeah. All right. Free drink and potentially a lot of trouble.
So make a history check, Zen.
History.
Fat roll.
Um,
It's not showing up for me. Oh, it's
No.
hanging on the side of the board.
It's just hanging. It's not doing anything. Oh, there
There
it
we
is.
go. That's a fat
That was weird.
roll. Dude, it
was
was in the
weird.
balance. The witch was holding it. She's just like,
She-
nah.
Starting to sound kind of familiar, then.
hmm. Um,
Make him do an insight. Insightful of his own mind.
hold on, one sec. Caleb, I sent you a message.
In Discord?
Yeah.
I don't have it pulled up on my phone. Actually, you know what? Let's take a fiver real quick. I can't play like super late tonight, but let's take a fiver and why don't you meet me over in a different chat?
Yeah,
We'll
sounds
talk.
good.
How long
Okay.
do you have, Caleb? Maybe another hour, 9:30, or
Yeah, that'd be a good time for me to stop. I got thrown on a job tomorrow morning where I got to wake up at like 3 again. So
okay.
Okay, which one do you want to do? The D&D private chat or?
So
I
we're
guess-
standing, are we standing by the river while all this is going on?
yes,
Okay, so I want to take this
I
time.
guess- I
Not
guess
it's a big
we-
deal, but I want to fish while you guys are gone.
Okay, I figured
Can
that
do.
this would be the conversation on the way back to Fisker's, but
No, it's okay. Go have your private convo. We'll just chat among us.
okay.
That you get to get in here. But I love the celestial part. That's why I emphasize that, because I love how you basically are this mysterious, but probably have this really high understanding beyond what we even think is going on, right? So
Sean, what's Lunaris's carry weight?
Oh fuck, not very high at all. God, it's gonna say something different on my character sheet, but because the curse, it doesn't factor in the curses. So,
yo, Honky, I have a bag of holding.
oh, maximum 240.
Oh, you should be able to carry Fisker and Edmund back over here then.
Oh, the bag of holding can't hold people. No, I feel
Right.
you. You're just trying to fast transport sort of deal.
Yeah, like Lunaris just flattens, right? Because we are in town and we have to make the trip back to go find Kote. So
Yeah.
we send Lunaris back to pick up Edmund and Fisker.
Yeah,
If
but we
Fisker-
gotta
I can
talk
just
to them.
I can
'cause
just
Fisker's
fly
at
back
home,
if you
right?
want.
No,
Well,
but Fisker's
that's-
at home. We gotta talk to him.
Well, I
we gotta
understand
go
that.
back.
Fisker can make that decision as a grown ass gnome, whether or not he
Yeah.
is coming or not. There's nothing we can do knowing Fisker. We can do to persuade him to do what he wants and what he doesn't want to do. He
Yeah.
does as he wants, or as he
But-
sees fit for what needs done.
But I
there's
also feel like we can push this story along quicker if we just start saying that basically, fast travel back to Fisker's. You know what I mean? We all decided we're there.
I'd be
And
kind of
next scene.
cool with that once all of the
Yeah.
roleplay shit fizzles for sure.
Well, because we did a bunch of roleplay there. I
Yeah.
talked a lot.
It was
I kind
fun.
of just want to
I liked that.
what I want Victor and you to do your part. I want to get down to Thorndale as fast as possible. You know what I mean? I want that to continue, and then Scrog, I want you to fucking get in here and RP a bit, because I just did a bunch. So it's better if Caleb can do kind of those things. Is
Scrog's
fast travel back to the house, and then
Scrog's entire RP is going to be autopiloted except for fishing and battle until we get to Karamorin.
okay. Well, let's do your fishing right now. I'll just do it with you, and then we can talk to Caleb. So,
well, we wait for him to pick whatever he wants me to roll.
no,
It's
I'm
usually
gonna do it
strength
with you. It'll be fun.
It's
And
just
who
strength
cares?
versus dex.
Yeah.
That's really all it
Mhm.
is.
No. I'm gonna get you to do different. I'm gonna get you to do a dex throw right now
Hang on, I'm at my window.
for basically your you're putting your bait on and how far you cast your line, like some nice like talent shit.
Yeah,
right?
and also
Dex,
hooking the
you got-
fish and then strength
Yeah.
to reel it in.
Yeah, and then strength to reel it in. So let's do a dex and then we'll do strength. Let's see, and then we'll just tell Calum basically the quality, right? Because if it's up to 20, if it's like over 20, it's like the best talented cast he could ever do.
Or just
And then if
automatically
he
make
gets-
him catch the spaghetti fish from season 1.
Exactly. So terrible cast. So recast. So you can do 3 casts by the time he's back. So let's see which one we got here. So 8. Okay, you're gonna Oh, you're just shitting the bed. Okay, no, dexterity is a horrible one for you. Let's do
That's what it is. though.
what are your high skills? What are your high skills, Honky? Like what are some of your the skills?
Constant skills.
Yeah.
I've got athletics.
Oh yeah, athletics. So do an athletics check for a far cast. Just whip that bitch. Okay, huge. Okay, so now do your strength. Okay, 17. We'll do 3 strength checks to pull it in. So do 2 more.
Oh yeah.
Massive, and then you whip it in because you already passed 20. You were just like blasting. Each one of those rolls was good. So you pull that bitch in, and like we'll just say like when Caleb gets back, like this one was a fat fish. Like it was actually like something pretty beefy.
So
And
every
then
fish I've caught is ridiculous. So we have to come up with a ridiculous fish.
the blimp fish, so it's fat and juicy.
We already
You
have
think
that
it's
one.
huge?
We already had the blimp fish. That was the 45-foot long, 15-pound
Okay, fuck. We
marlin.
gotta call it the Heisenberg. So it's this fat fish. You think it's big. It's like a tuna. It's like a fucking bluefin tuna, but then you pull it up and it's basically a blowfish. So it's all air. And you're like, what the fuck? But you're able to pull its spine out, and now you have this like really barbed spine that like has massive ribs on it. So it's like all the fish bones are like this fucking
I was more
crazy
interested in
looking
trying
thing.
to save the air bladder in it so I could go underwater.
Okay, let's say you take its lungs out too. So you get this thing's lungs.
We'll leave it.
Let's
We'll
see
leave
if
all this
Caleb.
up to
Yeah, let's see if Caleb will do that. That's sick. That's the kind of shit I like doing. Like as a DM, that's the kind of shit I'd be like. Because if you said that you're looking for its lungs, I'd be like, yeah, you take its lungs out, and they're this big fucking juicy thing.
I'm back.
Alrighty, so
Back
From outer space.
in the conference.
So I did some rolls with Honky for fishing.
Ben did his first encounter as the DM.
Yeah, so basically I got him to do an athletics check for a far cast. He got 24.
Okay.
And then I got him to do 3 strength checks to pull the fish in. So he got 17, 21, and then 14.
What kind of fish did he get?
So I told him he got basically what's known as a Heisenberg, which is closely related to the blimp fish. But it's the size of a bluefin tuna, but it's full of air like a blowfish. So this thing has not a lot of meat, but it's just this big fucking thing. And he said he wanted to loot its bladder, like its lungs, like its air bladder.
yeah, what it uses to fill full of air.
All right.
Hey, you now have fish balloons.
Yeah.
So does he get a fish balloon, Caleb?
Yeah. Fish balloon all the way.
All right, I'm going to take that fish balloon and I'm going to.
You might have to find some bellows to pump it up, but yeah.
I'm gonna fucking fashion some lead weights to it also,
All right.
so that it stays underwater, and I'm gonna use it as a scuba tank.
And I'll
Get on the face of the fish.
I'll hand Honky half of my steel ball bearings in a satchel, and he can do it with that.
What the fuck, you guys?
All right, so you're walking back to Fisker's house.
Yeah. We're gonna
We're
tell
all just
Fisker.
going, yeah, we do pop.
Yeah, and we're gonna tell Fisker the plan, which is we are going back to River Watch, whatever it was called,
Thorndale.
Caramorn.
Thorndale, and we're gonna
Get
get our
the boat.
and we're gonna
Long
get the
story short,
boat.
We're going to Caramorn.
And
So could we just fast travel and just have that conversation, Caleb?
Yeah.
Beep boop pop. Fast travel.
oh, can I ask everybody to give an insight roll other than Lunaris?
Go for it.
I know nothing.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. My performance is better than your insight. Let's continue.
All right.
What the fuck just happened?
It means
I don't
he's
know.
fucking tricking us because he's able to just be this cunning bastard that nobody knows what's going on in his mind because he's way too
He's
way
pretty
too
aloof.
sly. Yeah, he's too sly for us.
Let's go talk to Fisker.
You seem way too giddy. And then I'm gonna put my arm around Zen and be like, dun 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 dun. And on the way back, I'm gonna
Haas
offer
and Pfeffer
everybody a shot of this
Incorporated.
flask. And there we go. We're a little buzzed when we get there. Everybody gets
Yep,
an
we're
ounce of the
there.
green liquor.
Okay.
Yep, you're pretty buzzed. All right,
right.
you come out to a quiet house. It's a little bit late in the night. Edmund's sitting out in his chair, nursing a glass of brandy. Seems on edge,
Nice.
but he has been seeming that way.
I'm gonna go up to Edmund and say, Edmund, if you think I'm the coolest, don't say anything. And then I'll laugh and I'll go inside.
So Edmund holds up his hands to stop you and holds up his finger like shush.
Writes anything on his sign.
He just makes.
What's that?
He makes deaf people.
Writes the word anything on his communication board and shows it to him.
Communication board.
Don't say anything. I'm assuming he's a little
Communication board. He's
writes on-
nonverbal.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
just
what?
assuming he's got some kind of fucking tablet he writes on by now to talk to people.
You know what I'm
He's
gonna
a smart
buy?
guy.
You know what I'm gonna buy Edmund is one of those writing boards that the other side is a pillow.
Etch a sketch.
I'm gonna get that shit for him. That's perfect.
So he holds it up and it says in ? One guard ?
Somebody's inside.
No.
Wait,
He shakes his head.
What's
He's-
the map called? His house?
Fisker's
sorry.
map.
Sharing. Shared.
Oh, thank you. No worries. I can always look it up too. All right. So what did he say? Sorry, what was the communication?
One guard.
In ? One guard ?
I'm gonna go up to him and be like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And I'm gonna cheers him, take another sip of the green wine, and then I'm gonna be like, "Can you write something else, dude?" Like, I don't know.
Someone should stay guard.
Yeah, you've
At
had 4
Fisker's
hours
house.
to write this out, and that's all you could come up
Oh,
with.
okay. And then I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Go in with the fellas. I'll watch out here, and I'll stay on the porch."
No. He shakes his head. Leave the family alone. They're gonna sleep.
And I'm gonna take the pen from him and write "fuck important news," and then I'm gonna be like, "All right, we'll wait the night. Everybody needs a
He
good
like
sleep
he like
anyway."
points up at the sky. It's getting close to midnight.
And then I look over at Lunaris and I'm like, "Oh, look at that moon!" Just to provoke.
Nice.
He just starts
Oh.
jacking off.
So we're all
Okay.
Jesus.
so we're all sleeping outside then.
I'm gonna just chill with
He
Edmund.
pulls up the piece
I'm-
of paper and it says in, and he just points to it.
Oh, to go to the inn? Well, fuck that. I don't want to travel around more. I don't want to waste more time.
In INN.
Yeah.
Nope, we're
Oh.
sleeping outside.
No, here
On the
I got
porch.
it. I got it. Zen's got a spell for this. Zen's got the best spell ever to exist.
What? No way.
Yeah. Zen's gonna take 10 minutes as a ritual to cast a tiny hut.
Oh my god, we got 2 of us.
No way. Oh, we're gonna be the dads, like in the forest, where we have 5 dads in a hut.
10-foot radius, immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration, which is 8 hours. The spell ends if I leave the area. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. The spell fails if an area includes a larger creature. Creatures and objects within the dome when you cast this can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and magical effects can't go through it. The atmosphere inside is comfy and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
No way. You know
Until
what
the
I
spell
picture
ends,
of
you can
comfort
command the
level.
interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside of any color I choose, but it's transparent from the inside. So basically, it's a
What
little
color?
dome that goes around us. It's
All
gonna
these
be
fucking
like
needs.
it's gonna be a very like royal purple on the outside,
No
but when you're
way.
inside, you can look up and you can still see the stars and the moon. So Lunaris can keep jerking off.
Damn. Oh
But
my
yeah,
god. You
we
know
have
what I
a,
just
we have a
pictured?
hut.
I
Where do
just
you cast
pictured
the
the
hut?
tent. The
I'll
tent
cast
from
it,
fucking
Yeah, somewhere over here. Let's see. It's a 10-foot radius from me. So yeah, that would bring it. I don't know how to draw a circle, but yeah, it's around there. It's enough that it doesn't go into that. There you go. Then we all just get to sleep in there.
nice. Dude, the tent from Goblet of Fire in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a little.
Fate off
like,
the
bigger
table.
inside.
Take
Fuck
off
yeah.
the table.
And then the magicness of being able to like dimly light it and shit. It's just like you're just a wizard.
I mean, the only classes that learn this spell are bards and wizards. So
There you go.
And clerics.
You're a
clerics
wizard.
don't get to
Zen.
learn Tiny Hut.
I have
Oh.
Tiny Hut.
While you cheated.
No, I didn't. I get it for being the Twilight Cleric. Fuck you.
No, but he made it for us at the tree, which was like
Yeah.
this fucking blue globe. Like that was sick.
Hell yeah.
A translucent blue fucking dome.
So Edmund
right.
gives you the like Obama not bad face, and walks into the hut, rolls out a little sleeping mat and sleeping bag, and promptly crawls inside of it.
So being Davos, I'm just gonna be fucking around like it's a sleepover, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
Tickling
I
people.
hope you guys don't mind a hot box, and I just take a hoot of salvia and just like fucking blow it all in the air.
Yep.
Lunaris is going to take a step in and just fucking
And
look
trip
around.
balls.
Stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Uh,
And then we gotta show each other our dicks, or
what?
Yeah, that's the password.
what you guys do at sleepovers?
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
then
gonna
you
be like,
put everybody's fingers in cups of waters whenever they fall asleep.
oh my god, the face paint comes out during the night.
And everybody
Everybody
wakes
has
up with a
dicks
bunch
on
of
their
dicks
face.
on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Lunaris is just going to put a finger up in the air and you can kind of see the end of his finger start to glow. He puts it to his own forehead and goes, sleep! And he just hits the ground in like a fucking dead body for him.
Okay, everybody roll a d20. The 3 lowest numbers fall asleep first. The 2 of us
Well,
are face painting.
Lunaris said he casts sleep on himself, so
Yeah. So Lunaris is already cast. So
Okay,
Lunaris
everybody
is-
roll. I'm 15. I want to see who
Oh.
I'm drawing faces with.
just a d20. Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 because you guys can't see it.
Okay, 9.
Yeah.
That's for
Honky.
Edmund.
Okay.
Scrog doesn't sleep.
He gets 1 point of exhaustion.
Somebody just roll for him.
Okay, I'm rolling. Scrogs. 17. Okay, me and Scrog draw dicks on everybody's face.
Should we role play this out? Should I make everybody make perception checks?
I think it's
with
I
disadvantage
think it's okay.
No,
We're
no.
all sleeping. Fuck it.
versus your stealth. You'll
So
probably get it
Lunaris gets a long one like Squidward right down his beak. And Edmund gets a little one like a tear-shaped tattoo just below his eye. And then Zen gets one on his bicep, so when he flexes, it gets big.
Yes,
And there
sir.
you go.
Does that mean I have one on both sides, or did you make them unsymmetrical?
No, I made them symmetrical, so you can now just flex your 2 cocks.
Perfect.
There you go. All right.
There's one black and one white, and
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is my yin yang. Yeah, not for nothing, but ain't this permanent marker?
Okay, so do we hear
All right,
the
so we all
rooster
wake up.
caw? Yeah,
Yeah.
rooster caws.
We all wake up covered in dick.
Yep, and we're gonna go to Fisker. Fisker, you wake up in the morning having slept wonderfully next to your wife.
So Fisker's. I'm sorry, I'm still
Grab her by
laughing.
the
Waking
pussy.
up in the morning covered in dick.
That's pretty bad.
All right, well, so yeah, Fisker wakes up. He has a little fucking wakes up late, has a little afternoon delight. Fucking comes dragging his ass out of the room. Afternoon, you can tell he just nutted hard, and
Got that sex show.
he's got that glow. He's got that pregnant woman glow.
And that good
Yeah.
vibe, he's just super happy
It's like a
regardless. He
Viagra
just-
commercial. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
There it is,
Oh my
exactly.
god.
He comes strolling into the room and he's like, "Morning, fellas. Oh, a little late for breakfast, I guess." Looks a little bit embarrassed.
I've got mine right here, and I just crawl out of the tent because I've been awake for a couple hours being an elf, and I just take a swig of that green to wine, and I say, "That was wonderful, thank you, Fisker," and I walk up and take a seat on the porch.
Oh well, lots more where that came from. Just come on down to the guild with me someday. I'll introduce you to the monks.
I would love that. Being as I hold the Moradin's amulet, I feel like I've gotten this spry feeling of some sort of divinity within me. Or maybe that's just the liquor.
Maybe it's a little both, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. If you all come down with me to the guild hall today, I'll get you each a case of it. The boys across the street owe me a favor or three.
I love how you said that. The boys, and I give them a fucking arm around the shoulder, and I'm just like vibing out.
Well, I mean, I use the term quite liberally since they've all been castrated, but
Oh,
I digress.
eunuchs. Jesus.
No, it's actually Windows.
Oh,
Woohoo. Woohoo.
uh,
Nerd alert.
That was for
Nerd.
honky.
Nerdle.
Yeah, so Fisker, see, he starts strapping on his moccasins, kicking the dust. You
Oh,
can see
shit.
he's slowly starting to build momentum. He's
Feeling
looking around
good.
to see if everyone else is there.
He's got the slippers on.
Yeah.
Lunaris is just fucking
Perception
right
check,
off.
dog.
Lunaris is just leaving into the forest. Like, what?
No,
Easy morning.
Lunaris is just taken off a little bit. You can kind of see it's like morning prayer time for him, so he just walks over towards a little nook and cranny in the woods just over there. You can see him set down Umbreon onto a plank of wood, and he just kneels in front of it.
So, did you give a name to the new fairy puppet I gave you?
No, not yet.
Espion.
No, that's
Make it-
no, that's
make
the
it
old one.
perception
Oh,
check,
Espion.
dog.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty good. I actually
I guess if
kinda
it's
like
fairy,
that.
it'd be Sylveon.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
It's
Just walking around with a bunch of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can't hear what he's saying, but he's just kind of knelt down in front of it, just taking a momentary prayer. You can see he has his holy relic on him, and he's just like saying a small prayer.
This guy is like Horus and Jesus mixed when he's praying in the garden.
And I got a Davida.
Living to Vita Loca. All right, yeah. Zen gets rid of his tiny hut, and we're
Fisker's
yeah.
looking around and he's like,
I guess we never
where's
told
where's the mountain and the Birdman? Let's all go get day drunk. Sorry, Zen.
No, that's all good. That wasn't Zen. That was Victor realizing we never told Fisker our plan to get our boat back.
seeing
No, you didn't.
Mars take off and go pray, and my new, whatever you want to call it, lack for knowledge or lust for knowledge. I want to go watch him do his prayer.
You're gonna take out the collection bowl and try and get money from Lunaris.
Trade.
Trade.
We're all just lumbering through the frame in like a moon costume, like a crescent moon with a smiley face
Oh
on
my
it.
god, his
Like,
legs just popping out. He barely
just
wears
walking with
anything.
his knees don't bend in the middle because of the costume, so he's just waddling in, dressed like a moon,
Holy shit.
making he would imagine are moon noises.
So where's the performance check now?
Is that going to just interrupt you from doing your ritual there, Sean?
No, sneak up on me. Fucking come on up and have a chat. It doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
I'm not trying to sneak up. I'm trying to just come and observe.
He's literally like Will Ferrell in what's that basketball movie where they're all in like sun costumes and shit?
Oh, I was thinking like that Spider-Man meme where like the one Spider-Man's trying to investigate and the one in the shitty costumes trying to pretend to investigate.
I know what you're talking about. Is it minor leagues?
Semi-pro when they're all in the fucking mascot costumes. But I'm gonna entertain Fisker's idea of getting day drunk.
We're going to
And
get
I'm
day
gonna
drunk
say-
and we'll go buy supplies because we're going on this week-long adventure anyway.
and then we can chat with Fisker on the way.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's do it.
Me and Lunaris when we come back inside. What Victor just posted.
Where'd you do
Oh, and random fuckery.
it?
Lunaris.
All right.
Real
So you're
Spider-Man.
heading into town with Fisker.
Yeah.
All right. Davos, you see Edmund pick up your flask and dip it into his travel mug that also has coffee in it, and gives it a little shake and starts walking with you.
I'm gonna say
Fisker's
add a
not going to
fucking
leave
champ.
with everyone. So
What's
Fisker's going to walk around. Fisker's going to walk around before we leave and check with everyone individually whether they want to come or not. So right now he's looking for the orc and the bird man.
Okay.
Well, they're off praying in the forest.
So he'll silently watch until they're finished
Circle
while
jerk.
chatting with Davos a little louder than he really ought to.
So I can see. So yeah. So the attention has been brought. So I'm gonna walk back to Fisker and continue to watch Linares. This guy's fucking weird. I don't know about him sometimes. He's over there fucking talking to that doll and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if that doll's
Scrog, we're going to the monastery to celebrate. Hank, you fancy a day drunkerin'? I'll get you a case of wine. Then and Davos are down.
Oh, I'm always down to
Don't
get
cause
drunk.
any trouble, though. I know how you get. We're going to be visiting refined old monks, and we must show respect. Although, oddly enough, they do let you wear hats.
Refined old monks are just retired.
Those are the best
party
kind
boys.
of monks.
Right, they're just retired party boys. They understand.
Namaste.
Oh, you gotta leave. Namaste.
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 So as
I'm gonna
Honky
pass-
walks around the corner, I guess, is he still actively listening to the day's prayer
yeah.
that I'm doing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Honky, what you see is Lunaris, as he kneels down, he kind of takes his hand out of his pocket, and you can kind of see Umbreon sitting on like a little half cut down tree. Kneels in front of it, and you just see him extend his talons to touch the forehead and heart of the doll, and then you see him cast a spell. And it's going to be blip, guidance. And you see him kneel down, and he says, "Mother, you've guided my hand to the place where you had described. What would you have me do? They seem trustworthy." And then for a split second, particularly you, Honky, you don't hear anything at all. And then you hear him say, "Very well, I will investigate further. I will tell them as much as I know. And then you can kind of see Lunaris bow as the guidance aura from around the teddy bear disappears, and he grabs it and puts it back in his pocket.
I like it.
I don't know if I trust this guy. He's totally the shapeshifter.
I kind of want a religion check to see how well your day's prayer went.
Oh, shit.
What a
Maybe
religion check.
Phoenix the fucking shapeshifter. I'm still set that there's a shapeshifter. If there's not, then Caleb has played me real good. And it wasn't even his idea that he didn't even bring it up. I'm pretty sure it was Honky.
I want to see how well his puppet tarot reading went.
You kind of see Lunaris stand up and he looks over and he notices a Honky and fucking Fisker just a little while off and he gives like a holy bow. And he just kind of walks off, just like hobbling, like dun 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 dun, back over towards the group.
Okay, Honky, that's fucking hilarious. That was a good post. Okay, I'm gonna pass Edmund, and I'm gonna say, "Attaboy, fucking breakfast of champions," and pat him on the back. And then I'm gonna go find Zen, and I'm gonna say, "We're all going for a day drunk, buddy," and I'm gonna be giddy. And then I'm saying, "We're going and visiting those monks that made that wine," and I'm gonna be like, "Let's go."
Yeah, Zen's totally in. Zen didn't even get to try the wine, but he's in because Zen likes parties, and Zen also knows that it's important to have a good day of fun and excitement before going out on the next leg of his adventure.
But I gave you guys a shot on the way home.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
then Zen
There
did
you
get
go.
to try it. And
So he licks his lips and he's
and
I'm gonna say thank you for the sleep last night. That was pretty fun. And I'm gonna be like, "Can you do a symmetrical flex for me?"
These
Yeah.
two big veiny dicks just. Oh.
And I laugh and then I say, "Fucking excellent," and let's move on.
All right. Go Tatooine.
All right. Well,
Jump in.
Fisker will run into the house. He's going to come out with his bouncing with a backpack on. He's going to sling fucking granola bars and everybody. He's like, "Gentlemen, gotta stay nourished for the long day ahead. Don't sometimes drink for 3 days without sleeping." Then he rips open a granola bar and takes a big giant fucking bite out of it with his side molar teeth. You can tell he's just fucking like, he's just blown like 3 months worth of spunk. All of you can detect that if you can roll like a DC insight check.
a DC 1 insight check.
Yeah, like it's evident.
Yeah.
So he's gonna spring into step and he's fucking hi ho the Dario out of town, out of the yard, and hopefully everybody's following.
Lunaris is
Yep.
just in the back tapping on his bongo drums as we walk.
There's the dick on a face. Do you see the picture? There you go. See, being drawn. Wow, how did that ring true?
That one was not
What?
me.
The hell is that? That's hilarious. How that's the next scene we see. Like what?
What happened to that fucking cock? Holy shit! It's got the disease thinness and fucking what happened to the end of it?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
mushroom growing out of it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on in there. Anyway, we're going to the monastery, which I assume is the big blue building.
Oh, damn it. The text didn't come with it.
Fisker, you can lead the way.
Cool. Where the
Is that a
fuck are
picture?
we?
Is that a picture of you, Honky?
Yeah.
Where are tokens?
Wow, that guy is super cool.
There. I sent the
That's
text
exactly what
right
I
there.
want to look like.
Yeah,
I like
Kyle Fuckstun.
Wow. I wonder if that's his actual name. Probably
No
not.
one is out there putting fentanyl into kids' candy. I promise you that. But I will be on my porch smashing White Claws, and if your kid is a cool costume, that isn't some Marvel shit.
Anyway,
I like
That's
that
hilarious. Where
Fred's
did that come
dad liked
I love
it.
how Sean's stream can't see any of this, and now they're just like, "What the hell just
No, I
happened?"
muted it long before this started.
Oh, you should have let I know when they googled this guy to find this post.
Okay, let's keep
Depressed
going. We only
dad.
got a half an hour. Let's go. You got
Yeah, we do got to go. Okay, where are they leading? You don't have to actually go on the map, but you can point it out.
I assume it's the big blue cross building. We're going to a bunch of monk
So,
monastery
so
temple
far,
things.
so far we get the university, and I think that's this cocksucker here, right? And then there was the inn.
This is
Oh,
the
God.
university right
University is probably is up and to the right a little bit, but
here. Right here. Look at the map. There's a big purple cock.
Oh, I see it.
that's
That's
the
the
other.
university.
And
Then
right
the
up
inn's
here,
up
this
on
is
the.
this is like Market Street. Like this is where all the markets are, just off University.
Yeah,
The inn is up here on the hill.
Yeah.
This is the bureaucratic center and the castle in the center of town.
where all the police are.
And yeah, where the police are. And yeah, that's pretty much all the real estate that's been claimed. Go nuts.
So use the big blue thing. That looks like a monk monastery.
That
Filled
totally does. Yeah.
But
Filled
then
with-
again, that little
Filled with
farmland.
liquor.
this little
Or the
farm-
one on the bottom left. We could also
Yeah.
use the one on the bottom left. I think that'd also be a pretty cool
Dude,
one.
if these monks have hashish, like that, they invented it. If they have it,
I'm thinking
I'm
the
pro
little blue
Curious.
house way down there in the bottom right, where it's got like the fields and stuff. It's like super isolated away from everything.
Yep. It's actually kind of off map because there's fields and then it kind of gets out into a little more brushy, kind of where the jungle's been cut back, but not completely. But yeah.
Oh, Christ. All right, I drew an arrow. It's there.
Should we populate there? I guess.
Where
It's
is-
that whole group of buildings.
I like that.
And it also runs into the cliff.
Yep, that makes total sense.
I like that more.
And the guild hall will be this building below it. Now, you know what? That sucks. The guild
Move
hall
your
will not.
characters,
be
guys.
that
They're
building.
free. They're free to move. Move your characters.
Where are our characters?
I have no
Guild
Down
idea.
at
hall
the
will-
bottom near
this-
the bridge.
Oh,
You gotta zoom out, just figure out where your character is, and then you can send it hard.
I always send it hard.
This is a huge map, though. Like this is
It's
actually
pretty much the only way I send it.
Yeah.
I still don't see people.
Have you guys seen that video of the little girl on like one of those fast small kid vehicles? And she goes over the jump in their backyard and it's like send it. And she just absolutely flies off this jump. And when she
No.
lands, her whole helmet comes off and everything. Like the amount of whiplash that child just put herself through. It was insane.
That's
But
pretty
the
awesome.
kid gave no
It
shit.
was awesome. It was a great edit to that video. Like, damn.
So I still don't see people.
Yo, you're down
Bridge
at
in the bottom right hand corner.
You got to bring it to the top left-hand corner.
Yo, I lost Zen on the venture. I don't know where he went.
I will find him. There's this guy, whoever that is.
That's the
On guard?
shapeshifter weirdo, I think.
Scrog is here. I got I can't
How
grab
does
Scrog.
Scrog get there?
Yeah, I can't grab him.
Where's he at?
Where'd you lose Zen? He's down in the street that is parallel, like just south of where they are. Everybody is. Where's Zen?
I don't know. I thought I put him around where you guys were, but I guess I didn't.
I lost Zen.
That's fine. Let's go get a case of wine.
Yeah.
I don't need
So,
Zen's token to be there.
I like
So
the
go-
tokens though. I like
I'll
that.
look for Zen's token while you're
Okay.
buying wine.
Go ahead and describe what happens here, Kotick.
All right. So we're walking through the market. All the people, the merchants are, schlepping their morning wares onto their
morning
carts,
wood.
their morning wood onto their carts, just hiking it up and laying it right out there for everybody. So we walk through a little back alley there to the right, and then coming up to this building here, there's you see like it looks like a lot of really old industrial buildings and homes that have been kind of meshed together into one complex, and each of them have big chimneys and they're piping out steam. And the front of it's kind of weirdly dilapidated, and you can't really find the door, it's kind of bizarre. But then Fisker goes around to the sideway here where the rock wall is, and you see that the door is actually located in the side of the cliff. So there's no windows or doors on ground level of any of the buildings because they've all been covered up, but there's lots of like verandas and balconies and shit on the second floor where like there's archways that go into the complex from up there. And it's completely unmarked apart from that. And except for out front where Edmund is, there is a giant cast bronze statue of a cauldron.
I'm gonna say this is my kind of vibe, Fisker. Thank you.
Well, all right, guys. Before we go in, just remember to be respectful and keep your voices down. It is
Zen is already inside.
it's officially the holy place. But
I will.
holy
I
by
promise.
the first.
And I also look at Fisker and say, I promise I will not cause any trouble here or try to steal.
Fisker throws a stick of dynamite and throws the door open. No, all right. He kicks the fucking door in. All right, so Fisker walks in, and in the front you see a dusty old cabinet, and in it are some bottles with corks in them, and you don't really see much else because as soon as Fisker walks in the door, you just see him through the doorway. He goes, Bartholomew, so good to see you. Where's Bacchus?
Bartholomew looks up
Bartholomew.
at you and his shiny dome with his 100% male pattern baldness. Fisker,
Indeed, it is me, back from the dead once again. I came to call in one of the many favors that we discussed. Sorry to be so forward, Bartholomew. Is everyone well? How's business?
well,
Bartholomew
Michael,
has a Fu Manchu that goes down to his waist.
Nice. I love Bartholomew.
well, Michael's pox have been acting up again, but he doesn't take his cream.
Ah, geez. Well, you can't win them all. And then suddenly in the next room, there's a pair of saloon doors, and you see the saloon doors just fucking fly open and smash against the wall, and you see this big ass boot just emerge from between the doors. And he goes, "That's not Fisker Diggleditch." And then you see this big, giant fucking gnome walk in, and he's like bigger than a human, and he's the biggest gnome that you've ever seen. And then he walks up to Fisker, takes him in a headlock, and immediately just noogies the shit out of him.
Who's this character? Keep going. Don't stop.
This is Bacchus. So that's what she said. And so Fisker kind of struggles to get out. You can see he's smiling, but he's like also uncomfortable because he spends a lot of time on his quaff. And he's like, guys, is this still a monastery or what? Because I've got a bunch of drunkards here who would more than like to party with you guys. But I told them to shut their mouths because prayers and shit. And so Bacchus and Bartholomew both look at each other, then they look at Fisker, and then they look back at each other, and they just go, they just crack up laughing. And you see they're both laughing hysterically. And now at this point, everyone else has started to trail into the room and is in full view of this scene that's unfolding.
Well, I'm gonna walk up to Bacchus and say, "My God, you are the biggest gnome I've ever seen. You could duke it out with the best of them."
Oh, well, that's why they call it Bacchus's boxing arena.
What?
Grog's ears perk up.
Oh, surely you didn't know. Tri-state champion, Gnomish heavyweight leagues.
Which is still under regular lightweight leagues.
Right. And
Backus
it's not
turns
right.
around and lumbers into the next room. The floor is shaking a little bit, and you can tell his boots are like even too big for him, and he almost seems to make himself bigger than he even actually is by choosing imposing garb. And then he runs back into the room with this glass plaque or whatever, and it's like one of those things you see on the wall where it's like it shows the hockey teams that have been champions over the years or
the
whatever.
award.
It shows him in a goofy pose in each picture, and there's like 10 ovals, and he's in each one of them, striking a goofier pose in each one than in the previous one, making a face, and in each one he's holding a trophy. And there's a tiny little gnome next to him holding his arm up in victory, but the smaller gnome was only able to reach up to the
His
upper
elbow.
arm area. It's a size
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
Oh no, Scrog's gonna start a bar fight with a monk in a monastery. Goddamn.
No.
That's my only comment.
Seconds into, hey, please behave. Scrog enters rage.
They both notice Frog immediately, or they just fucking stare, and they're just like,
That's the
"What
biggest
are you,
gnome
a
I've ever
three-quarter
seen.
orc?
What am I? A what?
What are you, a three-quarter orc?"
I'm a fucking pure blood.
Oh no, they're gonna go to Mon.
Wow, very impressive. I hear that. I hear legends of the brewing capabilities of the orc tribesmen in the Hoplite Mountains. Is this where you come from, my big one?
I come from the mountains just north of the lake. We're more of a war tribe.
Wow, that's unfortunate. The Hoplite orcs brew a Barani mead.
The only thing I was ever known to drink there was blood.
Oof.
Those guys are intense.
I come for your
We
children.
try to break eye contact immediately.
Yeah, nobody knows how to kill a conversation quite like Scrog.
He keeps staring Scrog down because he thinks he can take him anyway. Just a champ fucking no.
Is there places
So
for
Backus
trade
comes in.
inside?
Yes, Linaris, we will do much trading.
Oh,
We're just awkwardly looking at this exchange between these two big guys, and we're like, "What the fuck is
This is
that?"
like, shut up and take my money.
So I'm gonna
Would
say,
you,
drink. Everybody,
Would you
drink.
fancy a arm wrestling match, maybe?
Backus kind of just cuts through all the background conversation. He goes, "So, Fisker, my boy, what can I get you this week?" Bartholomew here has a look on his face that someone's just called in a favor. Bartholomew goes, "Seems to be that way." Fisker's like, "Well, let me put it this way. All my family and friends thought I was dead. This lot rescued me and brought me back. I think it's time that we had a good day drink. We'll cavort around the town and let everyone know that Fisker Diggleditch is alive and well." And he says, "Are there still any cases of Salamander wine left from last year's vintage?" And Bartholomew goes, "The 1980. Fuck, what year is it?"
1980.
Come on, bring it in.
1980s.
1980s.
goes,
We're
"Well,
still
I
riding
mean-
horses and sailing in fucking sailboats.
It is 966. Of the common age.
All right, fill in the blank with anything that makes sense."
Yeah.
So anyway, his grumblings start to diminish in volume as he turns around and walks into the back room. You hear bottles clanging about. A few minutes later, he comes back with a pallet truck, and on the pallet truck is 6 cases of dusty wine crates, like wooden crates. Each crate has 6 bottles. He goes, "Will this do?" Bartholomew then looks at each of the party members in turn, as if expecting some kind of answer.
Edmund reaches over and grabs one and tries to uncork it with his teeth.
Lunaris is going to say to himself, "Oh, this is going to be messy."
I'm going to say I had some of that last night, thanks to my pal Fisker here, and by God, you guys make a divine wine. And I'm going to be like, I'll gladly accept.
A DeWine, if you will.
Zed, wine.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
Zen's also going to
what do you
partake.
or maybe Scrog can take a few crates, and let's go say a who's who to whoever the fuck we find out there.
Awesome.
There's people that don't even know the Diggle Ditches, and we're just like, hey, you know Fisker's alive? Fisker's alive!
Fisker's
Everybody,
back.
Fisker's alive! And they're like, who's Fisker?
So I want to
All the
take,
real Fiskers, please stand up.
let's say X amount of rope. We've got, let's say 3 cases worth. And I want to make like, like the cigar and cigarette girls that used to walk around.
Oh my God, you have
Right.
the neck case?
Yeah, and I'm going to fashion one for me, Davos, and Zen to walk around with.
Oh my
Okay.
God. We're going to get the town drunk. Oh my God, Scrog. Love
Yeah,
your shit.
you got neck cases full of wine.
All right, I'm going to ask the monks if they have a straw.
Specifically a straw with 1 mouth part, but 6. 6
Probably take
bases.
it for
What?
A simplistic straw will work.
Considering that this wine is like absinthe and Davos was drunk for a day off of 6 ounces, I feel like 6 bottles is a bad idea.
Just take 1 drink.
You're gonna love this guy.
So do I get a straw?
I don't think it's necessarily expected that we're going to finish the whole case.
Yeah. You get a straw, like you have a steel tube that they
works.
give you.
I'm going to hand
It's
that
more
to
like a Slurpee straw.
I'm going to hand it to Linaris.
And it grabs it by the neck, like doesn't even reach for its hands, but he snatches it from you with his beak, and you can kind of see him trying to swizzle it out as he sticks it into 1 bottle of wine. He's having a lot of trouble, but he seems really excited.
I'm just going to help him put it in the bottle.
How does a bird use a straw?
Easier than he does the bottle. That's all you need to know.
Okay, then perfect.
I just kind of pictured him sticking his tongue down inside and trying to lick it out.
It's his beak is around it while his tongue is in it.
Yeah.
He just casts levitate on the liquid. Nom, 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 nom.
So yeah, you begin getting all piled up. What's the next step?
Oh, where are we gonna go?
We need to hit up
What
the
part-
market for supplies.
Yeah, does anybody need anything? Like,
Gentlemen,
what does everybody
We must start with the guild. We must start with the guild. It's right across the street. It's how I met my brother B&B over here. You can tell Fisker's already had a couple of sips.
Oh, after you, my friend. And you can kind of see Lunaris just get a little wiggle in his backside as he's like getting ready to walk. He's excited.
Onward! Fisker whips his dulcimer out of his backpack and starts strumming it like a guitar, even though it was not designed for that at all, and it sounds horrible, but he doesn't seem to care. He's just enthusiastically banging away on it as he leaves the group at the front door of the monastery.
Okay.
I'm skipping and shit. I might do a little bit of a cartwheel, feeling fucking loose and happy.
Might do
Yeah.
a little bit of a cartwheel.
Yep. Kind of a drunken one where I half fall down. Exactly.
Yeah. Or you just do the thing where you put your hands on the ground and lift both feet over, and just do like a little side wobble.
Huh?
Anyway, all right. What happens now, Fisker?
As Fisker comes by me with Still
Well, let's
smirk.
go into the guild. Sorry, Honky.
You said you were coming out. Are we coming into the monastery, or are we coming out of the monastery now?
Out of the monastery now.
Okay, so as I see Fisker come by me, I'm going to brandish my cowbell, and I'm going to follow behind him playing songs.
Donk, donk, donk. Oh God.
And I got my pan flute. I'm ready to go.
And I'm hitting it with the tuning fork.
What the?
What the fuck is
They're,
that?
they're both tuned to different notes, so it sounds
Oh,
yeah,
awful.
again, that's the reason they call it an idiom phone. All right. So,
I guess
Fisker
that'll
will
bring out his own
listen to-
instrument as well to try and fix the hodgepodge,
Offset.
the cacophony of music that's going
I
on.
think we need a group performance check on this one.
Holy shit. Okay, I have a blade of grass because I got no instrument, but I've been around long enough to whistle.
Yeah, Edmund's not being brought down by you guys, so he's not performing.
He's beneath him.
Oh yeah, get the guy
what
with
do I
negative
do
1
with-
to roll it.
Blade of grass? Blade of grass roll. 12. Okay, I'm mediocre.
We should probably have Zen roll it.
I'm working on it. Ah!
We should not have Zen roll it.
Oh god.
Hey, I still beat you.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
B flattish.
Awful.
That's an average of 9.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, it's halfway under shit. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Zen did his best, but you guys and your tuning fork cowbell just can't be.
And this odd whistle off to the side, like what the fuck is this?
The worst part is, like, my plus is almost higher than anybody rolled. Almost.
What did you roll?
I rolled a nat 1,
Oh my god! Well,
but I
that's-
still got a 12.
the role play was meant to be.
So and Edmund's following the guy with it, like just decked out in instruments, just being like, "Yep,
It's like absolutely not.
yeah," just not touching that with the 12-foot pole. He can't get his good name tarnished.
Well, I am gonna say I need to fill up on a few general goods, like my ball bearings.
We're going to-
spell
we're going to the-
stuff.
We're going to the guild.
Guild Hall.
Oh, we're going to the. Oh yeah, because Edmund was like guild first.
Let's go to the Guild Hall.
I'm
Guild Hall.
offering wine, cocaine, and salvia like a bar girl did
Oh. Wow.
as we're walking around playing the cowbell.
Oh yeah, there's
Collectively.
people just staring and kind of giving you a wide berth.
So because of this performance, no sales.
We're in
on
a dark
these,
alley.
Oh yeah.
No
So there's
sales?
one guy staring and being like, "What in the fuck?" Oh
I'm
hey,
going
Fisker.
Hey, wait, where's
Oh,
Where's Fisker's?
Bottle as we walk in to the
Directly
We need-
across the street.
We need Fisker's performance check.
Oh, sure.
Dude, he's
He's
gonna
playing
save it all.
exactly the wrong way.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's not
playing the-
trying
he's
to
playing the
play well,
dulcet.
but-
He's doing
Incorrect.
he's doing like Frank Sinatra style.
Technically.
Oh,
most
don't worry,
of them
guys. That
do
brings
roll
our
with
average up
advantage.
from 9 to 9.4.
Oh,
So we're still really bad.
It's not getting any better because we're about to get drunker.
All right. So what do they see when you walk to the guild, Fisker?
So Fisker is going to boot the door of the guild open, and doing, he's going to turn around and do a flying backspin kick. And with it, the spur on his boot is going to catch Honky's tuning fork, and it's going to go, and he's going to be like, "Throw it down, Scrog!" And he's going to take his musket out, which now mysteriously has purple ribbons coming off the barrel, and he's going to use it like a circus baton and start marching the party into the guild.
Dangerous.
Ooh. I'm gonna
And
give a
then
little
he's
bit of a
gonna do some
dainty
Hawaiian
walk.
humming.
I'm gonna stop so that Davos bumps into me, and then I'm gonna imbue him with a special ability, just incognito style, and it's gonna be Vigilance Blessing. That fucking
What does that do?
Davos, you get a +5 to initiative in the next combat within the next
Okay.
8 hours.
Okay,
Tap his
that's
balls.
good.
And then you stopping him makes him run into you, which then makes
Yeah.
Zen run into him, which then makes
Exactly.
Scrog run into
Oh my!
Zen.
It's like Dumbo when they're all walking. Oh my gosh!
Congratulations.
And then Scrog finally comes in the back and he walks into everybody, which then pushes Davos over, and Davos falls
It's
down.
splayed out, yeah.
Very slapstick.
And I lose my blade of grass, and I look up, and I'm like, "Oh."
And then we go into the guild.
Yeah, Guildhall.
And
You
here
all
you
look
go.
up and you see like shocked.
So it
fucking,
should auto roll it for you.
What do you Vigilant Blessing?
He has advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh. In case we piss them off so bad they decide to kick us out.
Yeah, I want my rogue to be quick as fuck. Right. Let's go into
We
this
good?
hall, just big bald.
Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're entering.
Alright. So we holy fuck it right into there. Everybody drops their instruments, and you look behind the counter and you see this like extremely shocked and taken aback young gnomish girl. She's probably like the human age of like 26. And you can see she's clearly tending some sort of bar. She's got a rag in her hand and she's wiping the counter, and she just stares like saucer-eyed at this fucking commotion. And then Fisker turns around and he goes like, Girthwood, Diggle Ditches are alive and well.
Girthwood.
Oh my god, that sounds so sexual. What the fuck?
I'm
I
gonna
love
forget
it.
that in 5 minutes, so file that away, Caleb.
What?
I said I'm gonna forget that in 5 minutes, so file that away somewhere where
Yeah.
it's never
Oh
gonna
my
Girthwood is
God.
definitely
gutter.
coming back. There's not a
Girthwood.
chance this is a one-time NPC.
Or
Name like that.
Hearthwood? Really? That's
She
hilarious.
just goes, Fisker, I thought you were just on vacation. There's like a record scratch. Fisker just kind of stands there looking defeated, and he goes, "Oh well, hi, how's everything?" And Girthwood's like, well, the usual, the usual. So, are you working? And then her eyes sweep the rest of the party, and he's like, in a sense, in a sense. Who's apprenticing for me this week? And she looks down at a chart, and her eyes scan over the chart, and she goes, I think it's Jevrod. Jevrod, is that a gnome name? Sure, it's Jevrod. God, I should make a list of names ahead of time. Is that little squirrely one who never talks to anyone? Yeah, that's him. That's him. Geez, I was hoping it would be someone with more initiative. And he starts grumbling, and he's like, "Send for him right away." And Girthwood turns behind her, and you see a bunch of little strings with braids on the end, and she's like stroking her chin, looking over the strings, and then finally a light bulb kind of comes on, and she pulls one of the strings back and forth, and in the distance you hear a little bell ringing. So there's an awkward silence, and a few moments pass, and this little gnome in these kind of like he's wearing these moccasins that are all decked out with what almost look like logos of local bands or gnomish comedy troupes. he's like kind of like an emo gnome. He's wearing eyeshadow, and his hair is kind of slicked back. And he's like, "Sir," and Fisker just looks him up and down, and he's like, "Jevrod, did you think I was on vacation?" And he goes, "You weren't?" And he's like, "No, my caravan was ambushed in the woods. Everyone was killed except me." And he starts listing off the names of the people who died, and Jevrod he's just looking at him like, "Okay, how does this affect me?" And he's just like, I need you to go and report to the Grand Master immediately. Tell him the load is lost, the goods are lost, my men are lost. We need to set up a new caravan at once. We need to hire patrols. We need to do, there's so much." And he says, "Are you writing any of this down?" And then Jevrod starts to fumble, and he starts checking his pockets, and you see that he can't find a pen or anything. And he looks at Girthwood appealingly, and Girthwood just kind of shrugs, and Fister just goes, never mind, do it at once, go. And Jevrod scurries out of the room.
He's a millennial.
He's more a Gen Z type. Like he's depressed, but we get it. Whereas millennials were kind of like, what are you so upset about, man? He's like from the Uzi Vert generation, for sure. Like he's from the black guys like anime generation. Yeah. So he shuffles off. Fister flops down in an armchair that's sitting up against the wall. There's a hearth next to it. There's a nice warm fire there, and he looks suddenly exhausted, and he just sweeps his arm across the room, and he's like, "Gentlemen." You see, there's a plethora of couches and rugs.
Time to relax.
Yeah, is there cigars?
Pipe
You
to
do
that.
not see any cigars.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna walk in and have yeah.
I'm just gonna take a look around at different crafting tables and see if anybody's working on anything.
Yeah, I'll join you, Davos. Fuck it.
There's a couple of tables
just,
with trinkets on them. The trinkets look like it's sort of like a museum environment. They're behind glass. Nothing really seems to be working. It seems to be like a theater piece of a room designed for the public. And you get a sense that the real shit goes on in back.
It's like a front office.
Yeah, so we're just looking at some of these devices and stuff, kind of.
Wait right here for your visitor badge.
Yeah, really. So, do I get an idea and sense of what these trinkets are used for specifically, or?
Well,
No. I mean, you see miscellaneous pieces of like it's all weapons, right? Like it's weapons in various stages of construction.
Okay.
Behind one glass case, you see this it's like a broadaxe hilt, but it has like a flared bottom of it, and it's like it shows a picture of an old engraving of a gnome, and it's like in the year 746, Phineas T. Droppelheimer invented the flared broadaxe base tip, which
cool.
improved the ability of the blah 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 to engage with blah 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 technology. 30 years later, his protege, and it just goes on and on and on. It's like the history of gnomish weapon development.
Did they have any history of like finesse weapons in their combat style?
You see a couple of swords that are thin-ish, but nothing that you would identify as like a rapier.
Okay, no, like instances of like whips or any kind of like basic damage weapons like kendo staffs and stuff like that.
You don't see anything. I mean, you see some things that you can't recognize that look like they were bespoke for a certain thing, but most of it is either ceremonial or it's been adorned since it's been taken out of service.
Understood.
Can't really read on what it was ever used for, other than just for nondescript people to swing at other nondescript people, if they were ever in service at all.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to look back towards the group. Where is everybody going?
Am I allowed to ask people, Caleb, what are we doing here? Am I calling for skill checks and shit, or like, are you giving me everything?
Just keep. Yeah, if you want to, you can. Yeah, if you want to.
Well, you can roll a knowledge history. Or actually, no. Well, what's a skill that would I?
Investigation, maybe.
No, it's going to be knowledge. It's knowledge of weaponsmithing in general.
Yeah, history.
You know what? Roll an investigation. Sorry, I got it now. I needed to talk it out. Roll investigation. It's the same check as history, anyway. Yeah, you notice that the weapons are absolutely fantastic and beautiful.
And I'm adoring them. just salivating, looking for a trade, but I don't see anything that perks my interest. Right on. I'm going to look back to see what Davos and Fisker are doing.
Fisker's slumped in the sofa, looking like he's waiting for his apprentice to come back.
I'm just looking at odds and ends and small trinkets. And
Guys,
kinda-
maybe we'll end her. We'll get a little thing, and we'll end it before his apprentice comes back. I usually like to leave these on a hang, but I should probably go to bed. But yeah, like 5 minutes, wrap her up.
I think this is a good time to end because it's like we're waiting for Fister's business to kind of happen, and then we're all here together. So,
Any last words?
little day drunk.
Right,
Pamplemousse.
That was
Pamplemousse?
spray painted on Kote's basement wall.
Was it?
What?
We're gonna end the stream
God,
on
how
French
much-
grapefruit.
How much pot have you smoked in the last 20 years?
I thought I smoked a lot, and I found out my neighbor smokes like 3 times as much as I do.
It was.
So I felt
I was in your basement like 3 times. It was spray painted on your wall. That and Super Mario.
What color
It's
was it
really-
spray painted?
Jeez.
things.
What?